is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Basically what I'm about to do is I'm making a simple box camera out of chocolate. After watching a lot of Ann Reardon's How to Cook That, and especially after watching her make a chocolate box and a chocolate decorative camera, I was like, it would be so fun if I could actually make that. And I realized, I know how to make pinhole cameras. Why don't I, do that? Here is my adventure trying to negotiate chocolate with my friend Danny, who was so kind to help and also lend me her kitchen to attempt to make this camera. Well, I will preface this that I am absolutely not a chocolatier. I do a terrible job. I dishonor Ann Reardon's teaching, but if it weren't for those videos, we would have a melted glob of chocolate. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy things like this, dealing with digital and analog photography behind the scenes. Without further ado, here is the saga of the chocolate camera. The first step of making a chocolate camera is shredding and melting the chocolate. You shred it to make tiny pieces that melt more evenly in the microwave, and this involved microwaving it 10 seconds at a time repeatedly. I probably should have melted this a bit more as I learned, but it still spread fairly well. After it sets for a minute, you cut the shapes and you refrigerate it briefly to help it set faster. So, for the last hour, we've been grating chocolate for small bits as per Ann Reardon's instructions, and the chocolate is in temper because it snaps satisfactorily and it's shiny.
So shiny.
As usual, I'm making a total mess. Now I'm only half prepared, but I have two sides of the camera and we're working on the final. How many sides are in a box? I'm gonna keep working. Not perfect, but it'll work.
Yeah, we're not professionals.
No. Shouldn't be trusted around machinery. As you can tell, there was a lot of grading. It wasn't that great. This is actually not the first camera I've ever made. Have you ever tried to make a camera? Leave a comment below and let me know about it.
Can I do that?
Oh yeah.
If you don't mind.
Oh no.
How thin does it have to be?
I try to make it like not quite a 1/4 inch thick, a little under 1/4 inch, if that makes sense. And I need to spread it as far as I can. I'm going to try to get two sides out of it. I ran into trouble when I realized I should have made templates for these, and that's part of the experimentation phase, I guess. My scraps. Those ears went straight back.
Scraps, look over here. Not up there, over here. She's like, I refuse. Oh.
I will not perform.
Here. Oh, you. Oh. Scraps, what do you get?
So I'm gonna make this my glue, I think.
Okay, this might actually be pretty cute.
You can see how clearly well planned this is. Be right there, and I'm gonna glue it all together and make it light tight. I mean, it's gonna work. Okay, so this is the lighting for this episode. Perfect.
Very professional.
Yes. Thank you.
It is.
Oh, it snaps. Okay. The big piece is gonna be my base. It's basically gonna go melting it. It's getting a nice even. I probably need something to hold. Do you have a small cup or something? When you are as bad at chocolate as I am, you get a lot of gaps in your construction. So I melted some in a bagpipe and use as glue, and also it looks kind of like it might be like a Book of the Dead, but it blocked out most of the light.
And we're rolling.
So I got this box of paper, like it's probably 10 years old, so if something goes wrong, it's not a huge loss. This might also be bad paper, but what I have to do is do this in red light only, and I don't have a safe light. I just have a ton of gels and a little flashlight, and I'm gonna have to cut a piece of this paper with some scissors, by the way. See, I'm playing so well, I even don't have scissors. And I need to put it inside of a black bag, because I'm gonna have to load the camera also in red light only. So we might have to turn out every light in here to load the camera. But I'm gonna at least cut the camera. So, you know, and I gotta make the pinhole really quick. We'll see how this goes in a second. So I would normally use like a soda can or something for this, but I planned so well that I didn't bring one. I would just poke a hole in the chocolate, but that would be a very messy hole. And people don't like messy holes. So, see, this is because it's not for children. This video is not for children.
Oh yeah, you need to label it not for children.
Don't sue me.
Children,
don't watch this.
Avert your eyes at this point. Exactly.
This is an adult video, but
Get
not
out of
that
here.
kind of adult video. When you're making a pinhole camera, you should probably take extra care of making a good pinhole. So we're gonna see what happens. And I'm gonna improvise a darkroom in a bathroom. I've never improvised a printing darkroom before. I've done film developing, but never this. Okay, so.
I'll just be in this corner, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to drop these on my feet. So this is my safe light. Okay, so this is where you're gonna have to see if that's gonna even pick up anything. So what I'm gonna do is cut a couple different sizes and try to split the difference here. And I have this paper upside down just in case, but I'll minimize the damage. Way down.
Like way down.
Yeah. It's a little forgiving. The thing about paper is it's around, I think, like 5 ISO, so it's extremely low sensitivity, which makes for very long exposures. It's also nice because you can handle it in red, safe light conditions. I also miscalculated my flash exposure. I should have probably done triple what I did. I need to turn off the TV.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to be our best chance. I've calculated that I need to pop this flash 5 times. Here we go. Oh, that's bright. We can go back into the chocolate darkroom because I'm gonna have to break the camera open to get the paper out. I'm so good at this. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna break a baby. Oh, that was easy to break. And here we go. Sorry. I've ruined your house.
Oh God.
It's a box. I'm just trying to eat the camera instead of doing anything at the end of the video. Yeah. I'm just getting closer.
I don't even know how to zoom in.
Okay, so hopefully chocolate doesn't have a bad reaction and kill us with gas. Usually it shows faster than this, so this may be a dud. I'm gonna just let it go though for a minute. Oh, it's turning on the edges. Okay. See the exposure coming in on the edges there where it got burned from probably my mistakes. It's a negative, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you let down now? I mean, it technically created a photograph. I can see your shelves. I might be able to do something with that. Okay. And it technically proved my concept, but I was pretty disappointed in the end result. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 2 of the chocolate camera saga next week. So this is it. What's left of it. Clean up before Danny kills me. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.